Friday, before the Dolphins' great victory over New England, this is what ESPN would show. And I know they're just reporting, but listen.
Which game this weekend is the biggest lock? Which will be the closest? The guys break it all down.
Did you catch that? She said biggest lock, and they show a Patriot. Now listen to this by Damien.
So here are a few tips to avoid being in Damien's dumpster fire. Number 1, don't be the Dolphins, okay? Number 2, don't act a fool on the football field. Odell, I'm talking to you, okay? Number 3, keep it off social media. Only you can prevent dumpster fires.
New England can clinch with that 2 seed with a win or a Chiefs loss, and Kansas City needs to win and have the Patriots lose to the Dolphins in order to get it. According to our Football Power Index, the Patriots have a 97% chance to take the 2 seed Football Power Index, not feeling great about the Dolphins. Steve Young joining us on Thursday.
Friday's NFL Live.
Playing in the Patriots locker room, we get to ask Julian Edelman. Julian, we thank you for your time today. So you clinch a bye with a win over the Dolphins. Just describe the urgency, the feel in the locker room, if you guys can. Take a weekend off and then host a game. How big is that for you guys?
I mean, this is like a playoff game this week. I mean, if we go out and we win, we get to skip a whole round. So, you know, the urgency is very high right now. You know, we want to be on that upward trajectory of just continually trying to improve, taking advantage of practices, weeks, and preparation, and, you know, trying to play our best football. And, you know, playing the Miami Dolphins, a team that knows us inside and out, just like we know them inside and out. It's gonna be a tough battle. So, you know, we're gonna have to go out and execute and really play a good ball game to go out there and try to get a W.
December 29th, NFL Game Day, Week 17.
Saints take on the Carolina Panthers. The Saints playing for a first-round bye. Panthers.
The Dolphins are 15.5-point underdogs at New England, and I can't wait. You know, I know when things don't work out for the Dolphins, it deflates me. But right now, I have all the enthusiasm, all the hope. I'd love to see the Dolphins close out with a victory. I'm not worried about any draft pick. That'll take care of itself. I want to be thrilled going into the offseason. Dolphins, I'll have the prediction here in just a bit.
But I don't think this version of the Dolphins is a big threat to this Patriots team.
Well, I think they're going to put up quite a fight. You know, Brian Flores going back to New England. This is the team that, you know, and they've been playing with a ton of fight. You know, I think they've lost a lot of close games this year. They're better than their record shows. They don't have a lot of talent, but they do have a lot of fight. And I think they hang with New England for the first 3 quarters, and then New England starts to separate and ends up with the win.
Bad news for you in that prediction is Bill Belichick has made a career out of embarrassing Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, yes, he has. And he also has a lot of success against his former coaches.
Yeah. All right, the Atlanta Falcons on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs,
it's always a good omen when I see this guy. This is my documentary. Well, we did end up getting the snow that they talked about, just a little later than expected, at least in my take on it. No Taco John's opening today, and I get it. Frozen waffles it is. First charge for my iPhone 11 is on. Why is that significant? Because that will accompany me on many winning Dolphin trips. Mom and Dad headed out for 9:30 Mass. They'll make it. About 31 degrees.
2020. That can't be right. The year is going to be 2020? And everyone's like, okay, next year is 2020. That makes sense. No! It can't be 2020.
Sam, that stat right there tells us all we need to know about why Brian Flores picked a terrible time to try to come in here and get a win against his former mentor. The Patriots are absolutely in postseason mentality. Bill Belichick preaching to his locker room that actually the playoffs started last week before the Bills game. Matthew Slater and Patrick Chung, two longtime players, also saying that there is a vibe in this building right now. They recognize the importance of this game. The good news for the Patriots is they're coming off of perhaps their best game in months. Tom Brady with his best passer rating, over 100 since week 5, and he attributes that to the ground game. So
but playing New England at New England in a playoff atmosphere, that's rough.
Yeah, after a bye.
Because they get a bye. They get all those players. You don't think Edelman needs this bye. You don't think Brady needs this bye. They got it. Because if they don't, they're going to be 1 and out.
Yes.
And the fact that's why this game right here, oh no, they're not sleeping on Miami. They're going to stomp Miami today, and they're going to get that bye. And then guess what? They're going to be favored regardless of who they play in that playoff game.
The only thing I'll say is I don't know about 1 and out.
Do not be surprised. I said that Brian Flores is going to challenge this team. Look for a lot of man-to-man DBs up in the offensive players' face today. This is a big game for the Patriots if they're looking forward into the playoffs.
Well, he had to have learned something from that Week 2 loss in Miami, 43-0. So hopefully a better performance today. Does anybody think it's going to be close?
No.
I think it could be close.
Oh.
I think it could be close. Yeah,
All right.
I do.
I like it. Let's make it a game. That sounds like fun, especially in the last week of the regular season. All right, speaking of...
Ronnie Brown.
We were the Wildcat. The Patriots.
Talking about the Wildcat.
Starting the season 0-2, we needed to do something to kickstart this season. Going into New England every week and beat these guys. We had put the Wildcat in before that in practice. Hadn't had much success. The defense was like, man, you guys need to throw this thing
Back to Ronnie Brown.
As we call this formation now, first thought in my mind is don't drop the snap, because if it goes bad, then we probably won't be able to do it again.
Oh yeah. 38-13.
Adjustments, and you see guys like Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel, like slide right, and then the linebacker's like, no, slide left, and I'm like, you know what, Ricky, just come on, we need to go ahead and run this play.
Ronnie Brown is 4th rushing touchdown of the day.
The ultimate surprise was because I am a left-hander and see a guy roll out to the left-hand side and throw the ball.
Ronnie Brown, looking to throw it. Brown.
Beautiful.
Wait a minute, like we have to defend this as well.
Miami Dolphins are trouncing the Patriots.
To be able to do it and have the success that we feel like we're playing in the backyard. It was unique, it was different, and it is kind of surreal to look at it and see the effect that it had.
It's my team.
Your game as we take you out first on the field, delivered by FedEx.
All right, thank you, JB. Welcome to Foxborough, everyone, as we look ahead to the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. Greg Gumbel along with Trent Green. These 12-3 Patriots, such a big day for them. A win today gets them a first-round bye. It's the kind of game, Trent, that Tom Brady looks forward to.
Well, and Tom Brady told us how important this game is, but another statistic that he's closing in on, 164 passing yards today, will get to 4,000 yards passing on the season. No quarterback in NFL history has thrown for 4,000 yards at the age of 40 or older. This would be Brady's 3rd time doing it. On the other side of the ball for the Dolphins, the youngster, 37-year-old Ryan Fitzpatrick, is coming off of AFC Offensive Player of the Week honors, where he threw for 419 yards and 4 touchdowns. Head coach Brian Flores says that Fitz brings great energy and leadership to the offensive side.
How's this for a matchup to watch today? One of the hottest receivers in the NFL going right now, up against a cornerback that many are saying may well be the Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, and I think he could be the Defensive Player of the Year when you consider what Stephon Gilmore's Miami Dolphins' Devontae Parker coming off of, or currently involved with, his best season of his career. 1,000 yards for the first time in his career, has 9 receiving touchdowns this season, which equals the total from his first 4 years in the league.
And the coaches in this game, Trent, one of those little stories that's a game within the game.
With 10 or more wins, and Brian Flores on the other side spent 15 years with the New England Patriots. He's trying to rebuild the Dolphins. This is his first campaign.
The Patriots earn a bye today. They get next week off. Miami would love to put a dent in that plan. We'll get you back to
Trent Green and Melanie Collins.
This final day of the NFL's regular season brings us to Gillette Stadium, where the New England Patriots host the Miami Dolphins. These Patriots always hit the field with a sense of purpose, and the first round bye. A Chiefs loss today would accomplish the same, but the rule is you take care of your
first round bye is so important because, for starters, it's one less really good team you have to beat. It also allows your guys who are banged up a chance to get healthy, and most of all, he said, we can look back at our entire season, find the things we did well, and make the necessary adjustments. Just to reiterate,
4-11 season, disappointing to be sure, but they have played well of late, and they are led by, can we call him a grizzled veteran?
That would be a great way to describe Ryan Fitzpatrick, especially when you look at that classic beard that he is sporting again today. And when you look at last week's numbers, as you see right there, AFC Offensive Player of the Week, because of those numbers, Brian Flores talked about his leadership, the energy, how he's brought that charge to the offensive side of the ball. The guy that he's been connecting with, especially as of late, is Devontae Parker. In his 5th year in the NFL, putting up his best numbers. First season, over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns on the season. Putting together a great season for him.
It is time.
Gesicki is especially come on as of late. The second-year tight end out of Penn State is putting up big numbers, and when you talk about the Patriots defense, where are you going to attack them? It has to be with the tight end. He did not have a receiving touchdown. Doesn't have one yet this season. I expect him to grab one today. And then the matchup I'm looking forward to, New England Patriots, the veteran wide receivers.
Straight season. Miami trying to stand in their way. The NFL on CBS continues from Foxborough, Massachusetts after this message and a word from your local station. Where the Patriots look to get a win today to clinch a first-round bye in the playoffs for the 10th straight.
They get a first-round bye. A lot of success.
What a way for the regular season to wind down. What an easy motivation for a coach. Massachusetts, temperature in the low 40s, hardly any wind, and partly cloudy is the forecast, but there is sunshine.
They are approaching this like a playoff game because they want that bye week. They want to offensively be able to self-evaluate.